Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a holder for your suet block. If you live in a cold climate like me, these are a go-to in the winter time to feed our local birds. This is suet. It's fat that has seeds and corn and all kinds of good morsels for the local birds. These blocks usually go into sort of a little green cage that hangs on your tree or on whatever you hang your suet block on, but I don't have one currently. So I decided to design a little cotton holder that can hold a block of suet, and then you can hang it onto a tree or onto a pole or whatever you have to hang it off of, so the birds can access the suet from this little hanger. If you don't have one that you purchased, this is an easy way to sort of still be able to give suet to your local birds. So if you want to learn how to do it, keep watching. For this project, you're going to need some yarn. I'm opting for cotton yarn for this because the chances that the local birds are going to pick at it is fairly high, and this can be used in their nests and won't be toxic or problematic for them. I'm using a Bernat Handicrafter cotton, and I'm using a green, red, and white striped yarn for today. This is about a number 4 weight yarn. I'm also going to be using a 4mm hook for today's project. You could use any size, honestly. You'll also need some scissors to cut your yarn, and that's about it. So gather your supplies and let's jump in. We're going to begin with a slip knot. From here, chain 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 19, 20, and 21. This length should be around the length of one of the sides of your suet block. These are pretty much standard sized, and that is just perfect to get across the block. From here, I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2. I'm going to insert my hook into that chain stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. From here, I'm going to single crochet down this initial chain. At the end of this row of single crochets, you should have 20 stitches in the row. I'm going to zoom through these single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the row to show you what we're going to do next. Here I am coming up to the end of that first row. I'll just put my last single crochet in the last stitch here, and then I'll chain 1 and turn the work. From here, we're going to single crochet across the second row. We're going to be doing as many rows as it takes to cover one side of our suet block, one of the narrow sides. So I'm gonna start with single crochets across. What I mean by that is we're making a rectangle that's going to cover one of these sides, not the big side, the bottom. So I'm at 1 row right now. I'm probably gonna need to do about 5 rows for this. Row number 2, I'll just single crochet across, then row number 3, single crochet across, row number 4, single crochet across, and then we'll be at row number 5. I'll meet you here at the end of row number 5 to show you what we're going to do next to work our way around our suet holder. All right, I've made it to the end of my 5th row, and I'm just on the last stitch now, and this is where we're going to actually be changing direction. So we've worked across the row. We're going to be working down the side of the rows, and then we're going to work along the underside of our first row. We're going to be basically, this is our point where we're switching from doing rows to working in the round. In this last stitch, which is going to be a corner, we're going to put a single crochet, and then we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet, all in the same space. That chain 1 acts as our corner, and now you can see the single crochet is now perpendicular. So here's our first single crochet, chain 1 is the corner, second single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet into the next row, the first stitch of the next row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 is going to be our corner again because we've got our 5 rows. So in this first stitch that we did here at the bottom, we'll put a single crochet, and then since it's a corner, we're going to do a chain 1, turn the work, and then we'll put a single crochet into the same spot. And you'll see, again, that turned us around. So we've got 2 here, 2 here. Now we're gonna be working in the underside of these stitches. So we're gonna be putting it into the bottom of the chain. And we're gonna put 1 single crochet into each of those underside of the initial chain all the way across until we reach the next corner. At the next corner, in the last stitch, we're gonna put single crochet, chain 1, single crochet again. But I'll meet you when we get to that corner to show you how it looks. Here I am at that last stitch. So in the last stitch, like I said, since it's a corner, we're gonna do single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet all in the same spot, and that turns our work 90 degrees again. So now we're gonna work down this side until we get to that last stitch. So that was our corner was number 1, number 2, number 3, row number 4, and row number 5. There we go. And now we're actually already in that first stitch. So we would do single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, but if you see, this first stitch is actually our corner. So we have single crochet, so we're gonna finish by doing chain 1, and that'll be our corner, and then into that first stitch, we're just gonna slip stitch that round together. So now, here is how it's looking. We've got a round of single crochets. Now we're gonna be switching into our net sort of stitch, sort of like a cage to hold the suet block. So to do that, we're gonna be working in treble crochets. Treble crochets start with a chain of 3. 1, 2, and 3. But for this project, we're also going to be doing a chain of 3 in between each treble crochet. So we're gonna do another chain of 3 here. So this first chain of 3 represents a treble crochet, or a triple crochet, depending on how you say it. The next chain 3 is representing the chain 3 that goes between each stitch. So our first chain of the next row actually has 6 chains in it. From here, we're gonna skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then in the 4th stitch, we're gonna do a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, insert into the 4th stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see now, we've got our treble crochet, and then this acts as a chain 3, and then the second chain 3 rather, acts as another treble crochet. So really this is like a little square. Then we'll do another chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3. We'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, 1 and 2. In the 4th chain, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. You can see there's 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, there's 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. That's a treble crochet. See that? Now we've got this sort of net texture started. Then we'll chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over 2 times, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. In the 4th stitch, we'll complete a treble crochet. Then we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, in the 4th stitch rather, complete a treble crochet. Now you can see that net sort of forming. Now we'll skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and that brings us to the corner here. Then the 4th stitch is actually going to be our chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, and then in between those 2 single crochets, we'll insert the hook and complete our treble crochet. Then we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now if you look, we're working the side. We've just done the corner. Now we need to pick the middle stitch for the side of the work. So even though there's 5 here, we would want there to be 6, but if we just imagine our next treble crochet is going to go in the corner. We count over. So 1, 2, 3. This is where we're going to put our treble crochet. Yarn over twice, insert into that middle stitch, and complete a treble crochet. And then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then in the corner again, so between those 2 single crochets, that's where we're going to put our next treble crochet. And then we'll do another chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over twice. We'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3. In the 4th stitch, another treble crochet. And now you can see we've kind of created a net, and the net is working up straight. It's not working out like this. It's going to go up. So this is the base and this is the sides. Again, chain 3 and then treble crochet after you skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice. In the 4th stitch, complete a treble crochet. I'm going to do this all the way across this side until I get to the next corner, and I'll show you at the next corner how I'm going to do that again, just in case you need a little bit of a refresher. All right, I'm just about at the corner. 1, 2, 3. The 4th stitch here is going to be our corner stitch, which is the chain 1 space between those 2 single crochets. I will put my treble crochet in there, and then I'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the middle stitch, so we've got 1 in the corner here, 1 in the corner here, got 1, 2, 3 right there. In that middle stitch of the side row, we'll put our last treble crochet, just like that, and then we'll do a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're actually joining the round here at our starting chain. So we count up 3 chain stitches, 1, 2, 3. This is where we're going to join our round. So I'm going to insert my hook into that 3rd chain stitch. Remember, we started this round with 6 chain stitches. So I'll insert at the 3rd chain stitch, yarn over and pull through. And now you can see that chain 3, chain 3. The first chain 3 is our treble crochet. The second chain 3 is our chain 3 to separate. And there is our first round. Now we're going to start again with a chain of 6 for round number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to be doing the exact same thing. This time we don't have to count where we're putting our chain 3 space. We don't have to skip any stitches. We're just going to be working into these treble crochet stitches. So we'll yarn over twice, and then into the treble crochet stitch at the top, we'll insert the hook and complete the treble crochet. Just like that. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over 2 times, and then into the next treble crochet stitch, we will do another treble crochet. See? And it's a lot easier on the second round because we don't have to count anything as where we're skipping stitches. We don't have to skip anything. We just have to put them into the previous round's treble crochet. And we're just going to keep going around 2 and 3 until we get back to the beginning of the round. So I'm going to just put my treble crochets in each of these treble crochet stitches, separated by a chain of 3 all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of the round to show you what we're going to do next. Here I am at the end of round number 2. I'm going to join at the 3rd chain stitch again. 1, 2, 3. Just insert my hook into that chain, yarn over and pull that loop through, and then pull the same loop through my last stitch, and that completes the round. And you can now see we've got 2 rounds with that sort of net. Aw, look like a little candy cane. Oh, there's another one. Anyway, this is how it's looking now, and we're going to do a total of 5 rounds like this. So we've got 1, 2, we're going to do 3 more the exact same way, starting with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just going to follow the exact same repeat where I put a treble crochet in each of the treble crochet stitches, separated by a chain of 3. And I'm going to zoom through this part because it's just the exact same repeat as the last 2 rounds. And I will see you at the end of the 5th round of this net stitch to show you what we're going to do next for our suet feeder. Here I am at the end of the 5th round. You can see how tall it's gotten now. It's almost a square, which is the size we need for our little suet block. I can even show you, we can put it in just to show you how big it is. It pretty much fits in there perfectly, but we do need to add a little border for a little extra security, and we still need to add a strap so that you can tie it onto whatever surface you're gonna tie it on. So I've done my last chain 3 here, and then 1, 2, 3, I'm going to slip stitch that round together, and that is it for our treble crochet net stitch. Now we're going to do a round of double crochets to sort of secure in and kind of match the top to the bottom a little bit better. To do that, we're going to start with a chain of 2. 1 and 2. Now in the chain 3 space here, we're gonna put 3 double crochets. So we're gonna insert the hook underneath the entire chain stitch here. So yarn over, insert under the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of them, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. There's a double crochet. Let me show you again. Yarn over, insert under the whole chain, yarn over again and pull up that loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 2 double crochets, and then 1 more. There we go. And now in that treble crochet stitch, we're gonna put 1 double crochet into that spot. There we go. And then we're back at another chain 3 space. In the chain 3, we'll put 3 double crochets. There's 1, and there is number 2, and finally there's number 3. 3 double crochets, and now we're back at a treble crochet. We'll put 1 double crochet in that spot. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, 3 double crochets in each of the chain 3 spaces, 1 double crochet in the treble crochet stitch. And we'll repeat that all the way around for this round, and I will see you at the end of the round to show you what we're going to do next to finish off this project. Here I am at the end of my double crochet round, and I'm going to join the round with a slip stitch. Now you can see we've got our base, we've got our net, and we've got a nice border at the top. The last thing we've got to do is we've got to create a tie that will allow us to tie it onto another surface. I'm going to do that by creating a really long chain. So I'm just going to chain stitch until I've got a nice long length of rope here. Probably, I would say close to 100 chain stitches I'm gonna do. But do as many as it takes for you to create a nice long length. That will make it easy for you to tie this onto the branch of a tree or onto a pergola or a structure outside for your suet to hang off of. Once you get to the length that you want to, when it is long enough for you, I'm going to be turning around on this same chain length, and I'm going to slip stitch back down to the work. But I will meet you once I've got to the length that I want to show you roughly how long I'm gonna make mine. All right, there is the length of chain that I ended up with. I think that should be long enough for me to be able to tie around a tree branch for my suet. So like I said, I'm going to turn around in the second chain from the hook. I'm going to slip stitch, which is just inserting the hook into the stitch, pulling the yarn over and through both stitches, and I'm going to slip stitch all the way back down to the work. This is just going to create a little bit of a thicker cord, which will make it a little bit more structurally sound when we're tying it onto something, and hopefully that will make it last all winter long. And if the birds do start to pick at it, it'll create a little bit more strength. It'll give us a little bit more time before this is damaged by those outside critters. So I'll just zoom through, slip stitching back down to the work, and I'll meet you once I get there to show you what we're going to do to finish off this project. All right, here's how the cord looks now that we've slip stitched all the way back to the body of the work. We've got just a couple more to add on there, and there we go. And now we are back at the work. At this point, I want to do one last thing to finish this off. I'm going to slip stitch around, but when I get to the quarter points, so the middle of the front piece, the middle of the side piece, and the middle of the back piece, I'm going to create a little loop for the cord to actually snake through in order to tighten up this project. So I'm going to do a slip stitch. I'm not going to be too concerned about where like the loop is. I'm just going to aim for about the middle. So I'm considering this line the middle. So once I hit this spot, I'm gonna be doing a chain of 5 to just create a little loop here. So I'll slip stitch until I hit that spot, just one time in each of these double crochets. And there we go. And now I'm at that middle spot. I'll put a slip stitch into the spot, and then I'm gonna chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the next spot. And now I'm going to slip stitch all the way down until I get to the middle of the side of the work. So just slip stitch one time in each of these double crochets until I reach the side. So here is the middle of the side. I'm just coming up to those stitches now. There I am, right at the middle. Again, I'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'll slip stitch into the next stitch. And you can see that chain 5 creates a little loop. And now I'll slip stitch down the top again until I reach the middle area of the back of the project. And this line here is the middle of the back of the project. So I'm just gonna slip stitch until that point. Then I'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'll slip stitch into the next stitch. And then I'll just continue down until we get back to the beginning of the work, which is going to be where that long cord comes out of the project. And here I am at the cord where we started. I'm going to put my last slip stitch in where that cord actually comes out. And then I'm going to yarn over one additional time and pull that through. Then I can cut my yarn here. And that is actually it for our crochet portion. I think I'm gonna not weave in this end with a yarn needle. I think I'm just gonna kind of tie it off because then it adds a little extra bit for the birds to chew on, and I don't mind that at all. So I'm just gonna kind of tie it off onto the project like this. Now that it's all tied off, I'll just trim the end, leaving a little tail, nothing to worry about there. And now let me show you how this is going to work. You can see these little loops. There's 3 of them, and then the spot where the cord comes out. Once we've unwrapped our suet, we'll put it into the little bag we've created. And then with the cord, we're going to cross to the opposite side where the cord comes out of and snake that cord through. Then we'll go to the front side, snake it through on that side, flip her over, and then snake it through the back piece. And then we can pull on the cord, and that will shore up and sort of snug the bag closed, just like that. Kind of creates a little flower on top, but it closes the bag up so that the suet will stay inside. And then you have this cord, which can be used to tie the basket onto a branch where it can hang and birds can access the suet and it will hold during those winter months. And guess what, friends? That is it! Ta-da! The easiest little suet bag for a block of suet. It fits perfectly that standard size block of suet. It's super easy and quick to make, but it is sturdy, so this is going to last all winter so long as the critters don't pull it apart. But since we made it out of cotton, it is safe for them to make their nests with, and we don't have to worry about adding plastic into the environment. So, what do you think? This was a super easy project. It really didn't take very long. It was very simple, and it creates this cute, festive, since I used these festive colors, it created a really festive project that I think is going to be super fun for you to make as well. If you live in a cold climate and you use suet in your bird feeders, this is another option as a way to hang it up outside that adds a little bit of extra color, a little bit of a fun vibe. So I really hope you give this one a shot. Like I said, it's super quick, super easy. It only uses a couple of stitches. We did the single crochet, the treble crochet, the double crochet, and the slip stitch, and all of those together create this lovely little basket to hold a suet block. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you'll give this one a try because it'll help your local birds to get through the winter months, and also it's super easy, super cute, and super quick. A great stash buster as well, as it does not use very much yarn at all. Like I said, friends, thank you for watching, and thank you to everyone supporting the channel this month. Here is the list of channel supporters. If you would like to join that group of supporters, check the links in the description box down below, and don't forget to leave a like on the video, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed. It really helps the channel and I would really appreciate it. Like I said, friends, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!